Hi there, it's Richard Butler, Director of Education here at PLR.me. Now, if we're not yet acquainted, well, hi there, welcome. You're most likely here because you're looking for content to publish to your tribe, which will engage them. And what we've done here at PLR.me is we've created a content calendar where each and every month we tell you which are the most important holidays. We tell you how you can actually use these holidays to promote yourself. But not only that, we actually give you the content that you can use. And of course, all of this content is professionally written, professionally researched, and of the highest quality. So without further ado, let's see what's coming up in the first 2 weeks of October. So in October, we have many interesting holidays, and I'm going to focus in on a couple and show you the resources that I think you can use. So the first holiday I want to focus in on is a holiday that's very special to me, and it's something that I think about every morning. And of course, it's International Coffee Day. Cheers! So what can we do on International Coffee Day to actually build your tribe and to engage them? Well, we can talk about meeting somebody for coffee. So maybe somebody needs to go back and build up a relationship, and what they could do is ring somebody to meet for a coffee. So you could give them strategies for that. But on a more serious note, maybe the person has a coffee addiction. So we have a number of resources that you can actually use to show how to break an addiction. Now, there's a common myth, and I believe it myself, that I can't actually start my day without having a cup of coffee. And this is not necessarily true. So we can also look at ways to jumpstart your day without resorting to caffeine. Now again, if this is the first of the content calendar videos that you've seen, it's really important that I point out to you that we have bundles for each day. Now, what is a bundle? Well, a bundle is a collection of resources that we've put together that complement the day. And what you'll see here on screen is that in this bundle, you get 25 products and you actually get a 30% discount, which is great. And instead of paying 26 credits, you're only paying 18 credits for this. So you could start today with providing people this particular article here called What You Need to Know About Caffeine and Sleep, because maybe people are not sleeping properly and they don't realize it's because they are actually drinking too much caffeine. You could say to people, well, let's try and see what is causing you not to sleep. And what I want you to do is I want you to use the food journal worksheet in order to jot down every time you drink a cup of coffee, because a lot of the times I even don't realize how much coffee I drink, and I should be drinking a lot less, I'm sure. So these two resources here would be great to use together. Now we also have then the Break Your Caffeine Addiction, which is an article or a blog post, and we also have caffeine-free tips for increasing your student energy. Now this could be of course used for anything, for increasing your energy in general, not just if you're a student. But on the theme of bad habits, because many people say that coffee is an addiction and thus it's a bad habit, you could look at 5 ways to break a bad habit and 11 tips to eliminate bad habits. So there's a lot of resources that you can use on this particular day, International Coffee Day. Now the next holiday I want to talk to you is October 2nd. And October 2nd is International Day of Non-Violence, because we do seem to be living in an incredibly violent world, and every day we hear about more violence. Now we could talk about how to promote peace in ourselves, our communities, and then in the world, because you can't just change the world straight away, but what you can do is you can change yourself, and then that will help you change other people and eventually change the world. A couple of topics that you could talk about here are, for example, anger management, because many people feel angry and they feel that they can't actually manage their anger. So you'll see that we have, for example, working through anger worksheet, the anger management log worksheet, and identifying anger triggers worksheets. There's a lot of worksheets here that you could provide for people, and it could be an anonymous download that they could use, and obviously branded with your contact details, but they could use to manage their anger. On the flip side of anger management, why not talk about meditation and becoming more calm and tranquil? And an ideal thing would be to use our positive flow meditation audio here, or our relaxation audio. And all you need to do is record your voice over this using one of our reflections or articles. You could just read it and record it, and then you could have that as a giveaway in order to help people relax and to meditate. And now you'll see for this day, we've actually provided quite a lot of audios for you. And there are more, of course, available in the resource library. Speaking of meditation, we do have the Discover the Power of Mindfulness Meditation, which would be an excellent report that you could sell maybe for $7 as a low item tripwire, or you could take the contents and you could actually produce a Facebook Live or a paid webinar. And the final two resources I want to show you today are Finding Peace in Chaos, because we live in busy cities, we work in busy offices. Maybe we need to find peace in all of this chaos. And the final resource for today is the Positive Affirmations Handbook, Volume 1. So positive affirmations can help us block out that inner critic that we may have, which may be making us angry, and we can replace that inner critic with these affirmations. Now, October 5th is World Teachers Day, and as a teacher, as a trainer, as a coach, this is a fantastic day and I love it. And today you can show appreciation for teachers, coaches, leaders, anybody who helps others in learning. And there's a lot of scope here, because you could talk about the importance of learning things throughout your life, and not just through formal education, but through learning by reading, by researching, etc. Now, living in Barcelona, I know how important it is for the locals to learn a foreign language, to learn English or to learn French so they can travel. So this could be one resource that you use, the top 10 reasons to learn a foreign language. Maybe you're working with people who need to improve their English or the language of the country that they have settled in. Now, I did say to you that education doesn't have to be formal, so we have this great report called Boosting Your Value Without Traditional Education, because a lot of the times our experiences can help make us better people and can actually help us educate others in the ways of the world. So this would be a very good report to either give away or to sell to your tribe. Now, accompanying this report, we also have the Boosting Your Value Without Traditional Education worksheet, which complements the report perfectly. And of course, the most important people that we have to educate are our children. And we have a number of resources here. For example, 5 strategies to help your child succeed in school, 6 ways to help your children get a great start at their new school, etc. So these are very, very interesting resources that you can use. And finally, a really interesting resource that you could use is Everyone is My Teacher, because I strongly believe that we learn from every single person that we encounter. So this resource would be great to share with people so that they will actually know that everything that happens, everyone they meet has something to teach and to help them learn. Now, moving into the second week of October, our first important holiday is October 7th, Child Health Day. And the health of your children is very important, and this could be looked at in many levels. For example, you could talk about mental health, you could talk about physical health. And today you can promote healthy habits for your children. So a very good report which you could actually turn into a workshop is Promoting Positive Self-Esteem in Children. This is something really important that we need to help our children understand about having positive self-esteem, because this is going to help them in later life. If you're a parenting coach, you could look at a number of our articles here about parenting principles and ways to raise kids and build a happy home checklist, worksheet, and we also have the report. So these 3 items would be ideal to use today if you're a parenting coach. Now, so many kids are addicted to Instagram and to Snapchat and other social medias that involve photographs or videos. So this fact sheet, body image, could be very important to use with your teenage or preteen children to show them how to have a positive body image of themselves. So we could finish this day with our top 20 brain food ebook, because we're talking about nutritional health, or for example the top 5 healthiest dark green vegetables, which mightn't be the favorite thing of your children to eat, but it will really help them. So there's a lot that we can do on Child Health Day, and this will actually move us nicely into our next holiday, which is World Mental Health Day. Now, World Mental Health Day takes place on the 10th of October, and of course it's a topic that is constantly in the news, and people are, well, the great thing is people are talking more about mental health and there's not so much of a stigma. So today is a day that you can do your part to actually promote mental health. You could talk about stress, you could talk about depression and general mental health. Just one caution here, obviously if you're going to be talking about mental health and depression, it is important that you are experienced in this particular topic and this particular area if you're focusing in on depression and other mental illnesses. Now you'll see that we have a number of checklists here. For example, mental health social anxiety disorder checklist, mental health obsessive compulsive disorder checklist. And then we have the fact sheets of Mental Health 101, take control of your mental health. So these could be ideal checklists and fact sheets that you distribute free on social media, or you email out to your email list, or you post on LinkedIn so that people can download these, and of course you would have them fully branded with your contact details. Now, a very good resource that you could use today, and I would be looking at using this as a webinar or a series of Facebook Lives, is the report called The Importance of Solitude, because sometimes we just need to be on our own and we need to have time for ourselves to reflect and to grow as people. And linking in very nicely with solitude is our report here, Declutter Your Mind, because I know sometimes when I've been going through bad periods of my life, my mind is cluttered with thoughts. And once you declutter, everything becomes much clearer. So this could definitely be a series of workshops that you could have declutter your mind, and then you could bring in, for example, discover the power of mindfulness meditation, and that could become a course that you actually produce. And another thing you could talk about today is how to be more extrovert. And an example would be our worksheet, From Social Anxiety to Social Butterfly. This would be a very good starting point again for a workshop to help people become more confident, to have more self-esteem, and to become social butterflies. I think this particular resource here, 25 strategies to lift your spirits, could be something that you could use definitely during this day or during this week. You could record it as a podcast. And then we have a really interesting topic that is so prevalent in our society, and that is worry. Everybody, I think, worries. And the problem with worry is that we're worrying about possible things that may never happen. So again, this report here would be ideal today to give us a report, or to do a Facebook Live, or even a live seminar about how to stop worrying and how to build strategies to prevent you from worrying. The final holiday I want to talk about in this first 2-week period of October is It's My Party Day. We all like to party, right? But there's a lot of things that we can do here, and one of the things is we can celebrate ourselves. So why not? We don't need to, it doesn't have to be our birthday to have a party. We can party when we want. What you could do is you could actually have an open house day in your office or in your home office, where you could invite your clients, past and present, or potential clients, to come in and find out more about you. Have some nibbles and just really relax, and just even to celebrate life would be lovely. Why not? Why not party to celebrate life? We could also talk about social skills. Again, this could link in with the previous holiday, the World Mental Health Day, where you talked about being a social butterfly. You could then talk about developing social skills on October 11th. You could also talk about how to party responsibly. So again, this would be linking back to our International Coffee Day and talking about addiction, because you could have started addiction on International Coffee Day and follow through that theme on Mental Health Day, if somebody has an addiction, right through to It's My Party Day. And as usual, we have a bundle here saving you 20% if you purchase this bundle. Now, let's look at a couple of the resources here. We have 9 happiness tips for introverts. Again, linking that into the Social Butterfly from World Mental Health Day. Are you shy? 8 tips to blossom. Believe it or not, I can be shy sometimes. I know you don't think it's true, but it is. We then have fun and healthy drinking games. Really? Yes, we do. It doesn't have to involve alcohol. It can be fun and it can be healthy. So this is a great one if you want to show people that they can actually enjoy themselves and party without drink. I party responsibly. Again, a great resource, an affirmation for anybody who may be finding that they party a little bit too hard. If you're a counselor and you're helping people with alcohol addiction, you can see our article here. See how easily you can socialize without alcohol. Our Social Butterfly report appears here, From Social Anxiety to Social Butterfly. Again, you could link that back into our previous holiday, World Mental Health Day. And finally, to finish off today, you could talk about this article, Conquer Social Anxiety with these 5 tips to increase your courage, because sometimes it can be difficult to go to an event or a party or something in work, and you may have social anxiety. This is going to help. Now, that's the content calendar for the first 2 weeks of October. If you're not already a member of PLR.me, you can actually sign up for free and we'll give you 2 credits so you can download some of this content. You'll see a link on screen. Just visit that link. It's also in the description and sign up. And I'll be here again with another content calendar video to show you what holidays are coming up and what content you can use to engage your audience.